What are you doing, kid? Hey? Alright, let's do some web hacking, and I don't know what my cat's doing. Poppy, hey, calm down. I don't know, we'll just leave it to it and see what happens. Alright, let me refresh and see what we've got on the list for today. And let's just start with this one and go backwards. I've done some of these because I was testing them earlier in the week, making sure they were working, but you know, let's just resolve and see what happens. Hope you're all doing okay today. Jesus, cat. She's going wild. Hey, calm down. They're chasing each other around. Exactly what you need as soon as you hit go on a live stream. So, there we go. Alright, I'm just checking the sound is working on my phone. Yeah, it seems to be okay. Okay, we're good. If the music's too loud, let me know, and then I'll, I don't know, I'll turn it down or off maybe. We'll see. And let's go in to here. See what we've got going on. In fact, while that's doing that, let's bring up our proxy, because having a proxy is good. So, hey, what's up, John? How you doing? Let me see if I can. Where's the multi-stream chat so that I can see everything? It should be working. I don't know. Should be working, but who knows what's going on today. But I've got a... I can actually pull up... Let me pull up the YouTube chat here as well, so that I can see what's going on just in case. Because I can see the Twitch chat, but I can't see the YouTube chat for some reason. Let me copy this link. Let's put this into here. There we go. We've got traffic routing. We're good. And oh, there we go. Okay, we're good. I've got stream chat. Yes. Everything's working. It's going to plan. Oh, missed me last time. Yeah, no worries. Oh, that's good to hear you switched on notifications. So I don't really have a schedule yet. I think I'm going to give it a couple more weeks and see what I can do, because I'm still settling into the new job and I've been traveling and stuff like this. So still trying to figure out everything. But I think soon enough I'll have like a set day or a set time, and then yeah, be able to catch up. So it's all good. What's going on here? Let me just close this and open this. There we go. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. Let's take a look at Cheesy Does It. Our last lab, our first lab. Let's go with Jeremy. Jeremy at jeremy.com. Let's see what we can find. I think there's only 2 variants of this lab currently, so if I recall, it's either going to be SQL injection or it's going to be like broken access control. All right, what do we want? Excuse me. What do we want on this pizza? Extra mozzarella, chicken, definitely jalapenos, maybe some pineapples. This looks good. Let's make it a large one. Let's head to the checkout. So I'm just gonna step through the application so that I have all the endpoints in Kaido, and then I can take a look at them. So I'm just gonna quickly like put some orders in. head back to the menu, maybe just pop a second order in so that if we have like some different IDs to review, then we can do like a quick comparison. And then we've got a profile, haven't we? So we'll quickly update that. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, is this the CTF I'm thinking about making, or is it part of the last stream? So it's so what I've done is I've created 7 CTFs, like base applications, and then every week the vulnerability is different or it changes because creating them from scratch takes such a long time. But what I can do is I can create like base applications. So it's like a variant of last week's CTF, if that makes sense. So every week, hopefully, basically on Bugforge, the idea is that every week, like every Monday will be like Autogram or like this web app, but there'll be a different issue with it. And then you can, you know, just solve it, come in, solve it, and enjoy finding issues. But that's like the theory, because like I would run out of ideas so quickly if I had to build like a new CTF every single day. But the point of Bugforge is that there is a CTF every single day, but it's a little bit different. So it's all good. Hey, what's up, KLR 607? I am gonna set a time, but I haven't done it yet. So hold on, let me check my calendar. I think I will definitely set like a time in November, and then I'll have like a set schedule for sure. But things have just been so crazy recently with like new job and traveling, and I went to 2 concerts last week. Like, and then I've just been so tired. So I was gonna stream yesterday, but I was just like, yeah, super tired from Friday night, and then I went to a friend's like birthday gathering. It's a birthday gathering. It's like a party, but very like small fireside party. So. But yeah, I think sometime in November I'll definitely like nail down a time, and then we're all good. So we've got profile here. I haven't really looked at that. So that's just 4 things. API orders. It's quite a lot of information comes back from this endpoint. This includes, so when I'm looking through apps, like in doing an actual pen test or doing bug bounty, whenever you see something like this and you see like get API /orders/to, yeah, this is our order, but it contains like delivery address. So I always think like whenever an API returns something that's potentially sensitive or like some personal data, you always want to be thinking like broken access control is at the top of your list to consider. So this is definitely like something to think about. Like even before we get into like injection attacks where we're like, yeah, maybe this is vulnerable to SQL injection. Maybe it's doing select all from orders where ID equals 2. And then we could try like, you know, just something simple like, or 1 equals 1 like this. And then we just do encode the spaces. But even before all of that, like, I always try and think of like logic issues, and this is definitely like something that we're going to look at in a sec. And also I know that it's either going to be SQL injection or broken access control because I built these 2 labs, so it's going to be one of the 2. Interesting we get these transaction IDs. That might be something that we want to look at in the future as well. I mean, there's not much else to look at. We could look at the login as well and the registration, make sure that these are not vulnerable. And then we could also look at the JSON web token. That would be good. Oh yeah, the trip to hospital wasn't expected. Yeah. But I'm like almost fully recovered now, so it's all good. Yeah. Just a little bit of surgery, nothing to worry about. It's all good. Yeah, I keep showing my friends like the scar, and they're always like, "Oh, it's so tiny," and it's like, "Come on." Like, they had to. Yeah, your appendix isn't that big, but the scar's only like 2 inches or something like this. So I don't know why on the stream the chat box is really like squashed. I need to fix that. I'll try and fix it for the next one. You like to see broken access control, you see SQL injection way too much. Yeah, I think what we're gonna do is pull up another user and then basically see whether we have access to some other stuff. These are all easy labs, so like the solutions are super straightforward, but let's go with Jessme. Jessme at jessme.com. And then if you are interested in doing some yourselves, if you head to BugForge and you jump onto the Discord, you can get a beta key and you can do some labs. I appreciate the feedback. So we got 3 solves today. Darktooth keeps getting first blood almost every day. So he's killing it, which is cool. But yeah, if you're interested. Let's put in another order. And let's just see whether we can see other users. This is sensitive data, yay for GDPR. And then we'll just put in a phone number. I should do a hospital app that's like based around HIPAA. And then every time you find a bug, it tells you like which bit of HIPAA you broke or like which requirement you broke. That would be quite a fun like GRC and pen test crossover, I think, because a lot of people look at the like PCI DSS and stuff, but they don't actually know like how to match the requirements to something that went horribly wrong. So that would be quite fun. All right, so we've got API orders 3. In this case, the orders, the ID is quite predictable. So I think what we can do is, this is Jeremy's token. Let's just come down to JWT analyzer, JWT decoder. Paste that in. Yeah, so this is Jeremy's token. And then let's see if we can view. Yeah, this looks like the issue here. So the flag, like you can see the flag down at the bottom right. You can't see it because my face is in the way. There we go. So here, as Jeremy, we can see Jessme's order, and you can see like her address and stuff. And this is the flag for this lab. So this is pretty simple, like broken access control. Yay, correct flag. All right, let's terminate that lab. Let's do the next one. And now that one's done, let me spin up. We're gonna do this one. Yeah, let's do Tanuki. Got alright, no worries. Have a great day. Hopefully catch you next time. You remember me mentioned about this like a few weeks ago? Yeah. Yeah, it's been slowly getting better. I've been pushing lots of updates, and the community's kind of like slowly growing, which is quite nice. Yeah, we've got some regular users already, which is pretty cool to see. So the plan is to launch it like properly in January 2026. So at the moment, there are still bugs and issues with the app, but you know, live beta testing and prod is the way to go, I think. So it's all good. All right, let's see. Let's go with Jeremy. Jeremy at jeremy.com. Let's go into Sweat and see what this one's all about. Oh yeah, this is the flashcards one. Let me just... Sorry, I just got a message on Discord. I'm telling somebody to come in and join. They're like, when are you streaming? And I'm like, yeah, right now. There we go. All right, we're good. Let's step through the app. In fact, before we do that briefly, let me... Oh, we don't need to clear the HTTP history. It'll be fine. Let's think. Start. So what is the root directory? What is a package manager? Manages your packages, like Amazon deliveries, obviously. What is home directory used for? All right, that'll do. Let's go back. So we've got some stats. I wonder if this page also makes like extra API calls for all of these things. We'll be able to see that in a second. And then I need to do a lab as well where we do like everything's in the front end. I'm still trying to figure out a way to do like front end XSS auto detection. For Discord, there you go. It's the links in the chat. And you're all good. I think the bot should have posted it. It's on the app as well, so if you go to bugforge.io, it's this this icon at the top right. That usually takes you there. All right, let's take a look at these requests. It's got API decks, API study sessions. I'm not so interested in the GET requests. The POST requests here could be interesting. So this has got card ID and quality. That seems pretty normal. That seems pretty normal. This might be... Is this the same one as we did last week? I wonder. So we have this import deck feature. Download sample JSON. Yeah, this might be the same one we solved last week. Because I think there's only 3-4 new labs this week. Not all of them are brand new, so this might just be the XXE lab. Let's try them. So if we go to downloads and upload this. Upload. Yeah, we've got this sample deck. And then what we can do is, what's the best way of doing this? Let's just come into downloads, cat. Let's micro. Oh, sorry, the text is tiny. I need to update that. What's it called? Sample. Oh yeah, that's it. Sample deck.json. So we basically need a XML version of that. So if we go into, I wonder if there's like a JSON to XML converter. Let's see if this works. Oops. What's it called? Sample deck.json. So let me copy this. Oh my god, the ads on this website. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it gives us a, and then if I cd.slash to documents and then micro sample dot XML, copy this, paste, save, quit, and then let's get rid of that, and then let's get rid of this, and let's see whether it will accept this. So if we come to documents, sample, oops, upload. Okay, that uploaded, but it said 0 cards. Ooh, untitled deck. Huh. Surprising that it works. If let's take a look and see what happened in here. While I'm doing that, I'll grab a drink. All right, so we've got XML version 1. We don't want that structure, do we? What does the other structure look like? What's up, Professor Logout? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you again from last week. I think the whole thing needs to be in like a deck tags. cd/downloads cat sample deck.json. I'm not sure. Maybe we can just go straight in and like... Maybe let's try what we did last time. It's probably the same one. I think we have this. Upload. That has... Oh, the one card actually went up there. Oops. Where am I? Oh, that's it. Yeah. It's the same as last week. Okay. I think only 3 labs are new this week, so this is just repeating the same one. But we'll I've got 5 labs lined up for next week, so so that should be fun. And a new if you saw my LinkedIn post, I've got a Halloween lab as well, which is like a grimoire notebook. So so yeah. Doing good. Finally got my blog rebuilder. Nice. And launched. 20% of work took another 80% of the time. Yeah, this is the same as usual. But yeah, drop us the link if you want to share. That sounds good. Or if it doesn't let you link in here, if you drop it into Discord, I will copy and paste it and then I'll put it in, because I don't know if this stream bot will like kick you out for I don't know, like trying to do links and stuff. But it's all good. What's up, Hexfort? How you doing? Please make a video about response manipulation. That's a fun one. I presume you mean like when you intercept a web request and then the response comes back and then you're making changes to the response. Or are you thinking more like man in the middle? Because like they're two like slightly different things. But it's nice if you have a front end like React, or if you have like heavily obfuscated code and you don't want to like deobfuscate it and like troubleshoot it and stuff, changing responses back to your client for testing can be really, really useful. So this is quite a nice idea, and in certain cases it's really useful to test like that. So I appreciate the idea. I'm going to start making more YouTube videos again at some point, but I think just for now, because I'm focused on doing Bugforge stuff and live streaming and, you know, my new job, I won't be making any videos for a little bit, but I'll add it to the list for sure, 100%. But it's going to be a little bit of time before I do. If I have time, I'll build a CTF for it and add it to Bugforge. For sure. What was it doing? I need to submit this flag, don't I? There we go, submit. I didn't get any points, but hey, thanks for following, Blessploit? Blessploit. That's tricky to say, but I appreciate it nonetheless. I'm the worst at reading out names. I wanted to see what this actually looks like. Oh yeah, it was just typical XXE. Okay, so we've got this XML version, and then we've just got the doc type. And in here we set the entity, so the entity is like file /app/flag.txt, and then we include the entity in the actual what's it called thing like this. Somebody else followed, which I appreciate, but I missed the Legin. Thanks very much for following. Really appreciate it. So I don't have all of the things up in front of me, so but yeah, all good. All right, so this lab is done, so we can terminate that one. Let's do copy pasta. And then we've got Shady Oaks, and then Autogram. Autogram is definitely my favorite. Like, it's my favorite lab, for sure. And I've got a cat on the floor. Hey, Popeye. What are you doing? She's prowling around. She went mental like 10 minutes ago, and now she's chilling. If she comes up, I'll pay the cat tax, but she's like under my desk at the moment, so pulling her out is she's probably not going to appreciate it. So let's grab this and then come into here, and let's see. Sign up. Let's go Jeremy. Jeremy at jeremy.com. Password. Let's see what we can find on this one. Whoa. All right, so we've got snippets. So we can create a snippet. Some code. This is a test. Let's make it public just for fun. I can't remember which one we did last week, but hopefully it'll be something different. Where did our... Oh yeah, this is us. Okay. So we've got some code. We can like them. We can view public ones. I don't have any XSS labs at the moment. So something that I'm really struggling with is like doing like detection for client-side attacks and making it so that you can't just steal the flag from the front-end check. So, or what I could do is I could spin up another lab and then have it submit. You submit the payload and then it tests it locally and then like does detection for, there goes the cat, tests it for like popping like alert 1 or something like this. Or, I don't know, like XSS detection for CTFs is really difficult. I need to figure something out, but we don't have XSS here, unfortunately. And look, the cat is over here. There you go. Cat tax. Hello, Popo. Yep, that's it. Just trash my chair. There you go. She's just going to chill up there for a little bit. All good. So we've got comments. Then we've got share. We've got a share code. So we can come in here. And that just views it. And then what else have we got? We've got a profile to look at. We can view and edit. This could be an interesting access control. Maybe we can edit other users. No, it looks like we can't edit other users' snippets. Maybe? Yeah, snippet not found. Okay. Thought that might be like a cheeky idle there. And then we've got profile stuff as well. Oh, delete account. Maybe we can delete the accounts of other users. You're right, Kenny. Yeah, she's more interesting than I am, so I'll just turn the camera. You can have some cat for a while. This is Jeremy. Save this profile. Yeah. What do we want to start with? Let's have a look in Kaido. Also, I'm not sure if the if the text in Kaido is like too small for you guys. If it is, let me know, and then I'll try and make it bigger for the next stream, because it is like, I don't know, quite small. I could change it, but also as soon as I click this little like profile icon, it flashes my personal email. I don't want that to be on the internet forever because I get enough like spam email as it is. So can I see the profiles and go that way? Let me check. Let's have a look. Profile. Oh yeah, we've got actually, it's got a username here. So if we come to public and let's see, we've got coder123. So this might be. We can only see their public profile because yeah, so this person has like their public snippets, but if it's our own profile, we get all of the edit stuff. But this is something that we should test is like, can we do like the account settings against other accounts? Let's see, what else have we got? We definitely want to look at the share because like this could be riddled with access control issues. Or maybe we can predict this token. Or maybe it's just vulnerable to injection. And then we also want to look at edits. And we want to look at this profile more. And then we want to look at, do we want to look at API snippets? We'll leave that one for now. We might come back to that. And verify token. I would look at this for sure, 100%, but I know I haven't created any CTFs where the verified token endpoint is vulnerable yet, so I just remember that I don't need to check this. So these are like the likely candidates. So let's try. In fact, let's come back to here and let's just try this in the browser. Oh, the cat's gone. Okay, there we go. I don't know where she's gone. Let's go in here. Let's come into edits. This is just get though, isn't it? It's not very exciting. Can we edit 7? No. 8 or 1 equals 1. Let's see if. Let's just test the endpoints quickly for injection. Interesting that it gets. Let's do and 1 equals 1. That's interesting. And 1 equals 2. That's very strange. Because I think this is like legit number 8. But maybe it just drops this. Let's try this. That logic makes no sense to me. How has it still got the ID? Even though we're like changing the payload. Let's just make sure the browser is encoding this properly. Not sure. That's very strange behavior. I'm like, what? You'd expect this to just be like, snippet doesn't exist or something? Maybe it defaults. Yeah, this is what I was expecting to see, snippet not found. But then when we do, maybe we need to do something like this, and 1 equals 2. Something like this. What's up, WireDogSec? How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, this is such strange behavior. It's still loading number 8, even though... What if we just add something like this? That's so weird. I don't think I've ever seen that before. There must be something in the code that's basically just taking this number or somehow normalizing this and then still getting the ID. Wild. Okay, I'm going to do some code review on that later. I don't think this is the way though. let's see if we've got... the nice thing that happened this morning, or yesterday, is I think it was... who was it? Oh yeah, Darktooth. He found like an alternate path on one of the CTFs, which is quite nice because that's like a real world finding basically. Because I build these labs and they're meant to like be fully functional except for the things that I intentionally put in. But he found like a real bug, which was quite cool. Let's test this for SQLi. Okay, so we get and 1 equals 1. What if we do and 1 equals 2? That, okay, so that looks like it's vulnerable because we have this logic statement where we have and 1 equals 2, which this basically resolves to false, right? Like this. So this query is always going to return 0 rows or no rows. And then if we do and 1 equals 1, it's going to return the row that we initially selected, which is this ID, because this resolves to true. So this looks like our entry point. So I think what we can probably do is maybe we can skip the ID and just pop this in. Let's see if we can just union select null. And we know there's going to be at least 1, 2, invalidate 3 things plus a few others. So let's try these. Oops. Let's see if we can get the number of columns. Ah, no, maybe we still need the snippet. Let's see. Failed to load is good though, I think. That means the number of columns is wrong. Probably. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we've got a UI error. Let's look in the console. Can't access. Yes, so what I think is happening is we're returning all nulls and then the front end doesn't know what to do with them. Let's see. Yeah, so can you see like we're doing union select null. If we do union select, oh, send me to replay. Union select test. Everything that comes back should be... Oh no, we just get snippet not found. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do we need 7? That's weird. Why did it find it there? Why did this work? Send. So this must be the ID and then the title. Oh, it needs to be a string? Yeah, so we can put a string in and then it returns it. Okay. So in here we can do password, and currently all of the SQLi challenges is if you get SQLi, the flag is always the admin's password. So we can just do select. No, wait. Password from users %20 where %20 username equals admin. Let's see if this works. Helps when you know the backend DB. Yeah, there we go. That's the flag. Easy peasy. Good old SQL injection. All right, that flag's done. Let's see what we've got next. Shady Oaks. If you want to see quickly the CD ASA labs, CD labs. These are all the labs I've built so far. So you can see like how I'm organizing them. npm run dev full. just for fun. This is the one that I've got lined up for Halloween. So it's called Enter the Grimoire, and then you can sign up as like a necromancer student. I'm just going to sign up as a student, and then asd@asd.com password. And then there's like you can create like spell books and like potion lists and things like this. So on the 31st, this will be the lab that's live on Bugforge. It's a little trickier than the usual one, but not. I still think it's like easy medium. It's not super difficult. But yeah, this is the Halloween lab that I've been working on this morning. So there we go. Anyway, back to the live ones. Once all the flags for a lab are submitted, could you auto start the termination? Yeah, I think so. What I was going to do is when a flag is submitted, I was going to set the timer for 5 minutes just in case somebody wanted to create, like still update their notes or like take some screenshots or something like this. Because at the end of the day, I'm building this as like, it's supposed to be a learning platform for people to like learn bug bounty and pen testing and stuff like that. Yeah, I will probably definitely update it. There's a lot of stuff that's like still a little janky. You know, even the UI is like a bit where am I? Even the UI is like, I want it to do a lot of updates to everything that's happening. And like you can see these are stuck on spinning at the moment and they shouldn't be, but you know, we're in beta and there's still a lot of bugs. But like ideas like that, definitely if you're on the Discord, if you drop them into like the feature requests, that really helps because then I'll remember to do it, if that makes sense. Otherwise I will forget. But I really appreciate, like, if you see something that's weird, or if you're like, could be better this way, just let me know. Don't hesitate to be like, you know, this is a dumb UI thing and it should be changed or whatever. I'm not precious. I take all feedback. It's all good. What's up, Vishal? How you doing? Tower's taken. How you doing? Is this React space? Yeah, so all of the labs currently use React, and then the backend is Node.js using Express, just because that's my kind of like preferred development stack. I am going to add some Java apps and some other stuff eventually as well, but like I just needed to build stuff fast for the beta testing, so currently everything is basically Node with React. Although the main app, this is just EJS. This isn't a React front end yet, but once I've like built the front end for the main app to how I want it to be, I'm going to rebuild it all in React. I just didn't want to like keep tweaking and changing. It's easier to just build quickly in EJS and just modify templates, and then later on build like a proper full-on front end. And look, Poppy is back as well. Hello, Poppy. Okay. She's been funny. I think she wants food. It's not time yet. You got another 2 hours until she gets fed, so. I just got, yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I really appreciate that. That helps me out because then I can keep her mental. I've already got like a really big list of stuff that I need to fix. So it's all good. It'll go in there. And then I'm pushing updates like pretty much every 2 or 3 days. Like I'll push an update to the platform, just because there'll be a bunch of things that are fixed and ready to go. What are we looking at? I just built a Shady Oaks lab this morning. Hey, don't step on my keyboard. Come on, cat. Get off my keyboard. I just built another variant of this morning, and it's going to be so much fun, but you won't see it till next week. So I've added it to the queue, but I don't want to spoil the surprise. But if you've watched my streams before, because I know some of you have, it's a bug that I found in the real world, and it's probably like the most fun bug that I've ever found. So yeah. what should we do? Let's buy some stocks, I think. Let's buy 5 of these. And hopefully, after the ticker goes up or down, then we'll find something. So we've got trading, portfolio, exchange. Let's exchange some cash. Let's exchange 100 euros. Excuse me. Okay, and there's our history. And then we've got account stuff as well. So let's have a look, see what we've got in here. I think this one is similar to last week as well. So sorry if you were here last week, a bunch of the labs are the same. But next week, there's 5 new ones. So, you know, just depends how much time I've got. I think there's almost 30 labs in the pool now, which is quite cool. What is this? My friend left this at my house. It's a nice Weiss beer. Not bad. Munich wheat beer. Sorry if my drinking noises are a bit weird in the microphone. I'm not sure what it sounds like on the actual stream. I try not to eat and drink into the mic too much, but sometimes I forget. Just a heads up, by the way, if you're ever testing and you get stuff like this where you send and it's like 3 or 4 not modified, if you just remove like this header, which is the if none match, and then send it again, you're all good. It stops like the caching. So there you go. If you actually want to see the response, it's quite useful to know. Transactions, there's not actually. We can do some basic testing for, let's do the currency conversion. Make sure the limits are like, so we don't have 1,000 euros at the moment. Now we get insufficient balance. What if we give it a negative? Invalid conversion parameters. What if we give it a string instead of a number? So let's say 1,000 like this. Insufficient balance. Does it still work if we give a number? I wonder if it converts it. Yeah, it does. That's quite nice. That handles that properly. What about decimals? Yeah, okay. What else have we got? Currencies. I wonder if there's some stuff in the front end that we can just take a look at. Let's come into debugger. Ah, where's my line wrap? Let's just have a quick look, see what API endpoints are in the front end code. What if I can make this bigger? I can make this a little bigger. There we go. I'm just having a look at seeing what /API there is. So we've got /API login. We could actually maybe just take this and go to like JS beautify. Beautify code. No, why is it not working? Let's try a different one. JSON. No, we don't want JSON formatter. There we go. So API /login /register /stocks /portfolio /trade /currencies slash exchange rates slash convert currencies, transactions, profile. Ooh, slash admin slash users slash admin. So this is why, like, sometimes looking in the front end code, we don't have an admin account at the moment, but we can see admin endpoints. So maybe we can see, try and access some of this. Oh, look, there's slash API slash admin slash flag. Let's just see if that works. That's probably an unintended path. I don't really remember how this lab works. Ah, you need an access token. That's a shame. I wonder if we can just come to... Ah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, forceful browsing. So I think the point is here that if you have a look at the front end code and you find like slash admin and slash stats and things like that, and then there's also a call to the flag from the admin panel, that's enough to figure out that this is where we need to be. And obviously there's broken access control because there's no control on the admin panel, which you don't see super often, especially with something like slash admin, but occasionally you'll find endpoints where it's like slash, you know, and then like a hash or something. And all they've done is put a hash there to protect that endpoint. So being able to find stuff like that is quite, you know, straightforward, and sometimes you can find juicy things. Why Kaido over Burp Suite? I kind of use both, to be honest with you. But at the moment, I can't get Burp Suite running on Arch for some reason. I don't know why it won't install, and I'm too lazy to troubleshoot it, and Kaido seemed to work nicely. So, and this is like, so I'm streaming from my laptop at the moment, just because I'm doing all of the Bugforge work on there. So like I'm doing all of my local testing and everything on here for this project. It's quite nice to have a dedicated laptop for a project. So that's the main reason. And I want to use Kaido more, so I actually really like the, I don't have any setup in here at the moment, but the workflows I really, really like. And I like the fact that we have a JavaScript engine to play with, rather than, I really don't get on that well with Java. So like building plugins and stuff with Java is not my cup of tea at all. So those are like the main reasons. It's also super fast and pretty lightweight. Burp Suite's really heavy, which is kind of annoying, which is fine on my main PC because I have a beastie main PC. But when I'm out and about, it's just like a little annoying. Try loading RockU into Burp Suite and then go make yourself a cup of tea and come back 10 minutes later and it's still not loaded in. So that's it. But that's not to say Burp Suite is also a very powerful tool, and I like to be tool agnostic. Hey kitten, what are you doing? Look at this. Oh my god. Well, I can't have nice things because the cat just trashes them. But I think Kaido is powerful and Burp Suite is powerful, and you know, use both and just choose what you like. But at the moment, yeah, I'm having a good time with Kaido. And it's got some cool features. Like I say, the JavaScript engine is really, really nice. And being able to like automate stuff is really nice. So what's up, aimbot? If you head over to Bugforge and join the Discord, you can find the beta key in Discord. That's it. Am I running regular Arch? No, it's like cheetah Arch. It's like I'm running Omachi. So does it do it on the screen if I do system screensaver? It's this one. It's like the easy one that has Hyperland and everything already ready to go, like all your dev stuff ready to go, and loads of things are fixed. So it's not real. Like I used Arch for like a month, and then I don't think I'll ever do it again. I did learn a lot, to be honest, but it's just not like, I've got better things to be doing than fucking around with Arch, to be honest. Not that I don't like it. It's if I had unlimited time, you know. Where you going, cat? This is my favorite app, Autogram. I love this one. I just built another Autogram CTF today as well. Because you log in and then you get otters. Look at that. Like, how could you not love Autogram? It's just the best. All right, so let's put in a like and a comment. Cats are cool too. Post this in here. And then let's come over to settings, edit our profile, test. Can't update our profile picture. I need to update like the base app, I think, to make it like a little bit better, but all good. What's up, Abyss? How you doing? Good to see you in the chat. Let's choose an image and ooh, Kashi OS. I haven't tried this one. Is it good? Angels, good to see you. How you doing? Do I have pictures of... we've got a Grimoire picture. Let's just go with that. I was gonna say, do I have a picture of Poppy, but not on this laptop, unfortunately. Okay, so we can make posts, we can log out, we've got our profile, and then let's flip over to here and see what we can find. If I recall, last week's Autogram lab was file inclusion. It definitely isn't that this time because I don't see any images calling out to files. So this is a new one, I think. Maybe let's take a look at the front end again, same as the last one. Come in here. Let's see if we can find some admin endpoints. So there is a /admin, on click admin, /API/admin, API admin posts. So here, this is quite interesting. How do I make this bigger? Okay. Where was I? So if we look at this front-end JavaScript, we've got this /await ir.post /API/admin/post.concat, and then we've either got approve or something else. Or delete. Oh, concat the error. Huh. Oh, this is just the delete. Okay. So we can delete posts with this. Let's see if we can just get to this first as a regular user without having to go admin. No, it just sends us back to the home page /API/admin. Access token required. Okay, so let's see whether we can do some of these admin actions. Just from looking at this here. So this is a post request. Whoops. So we need post. So I keep switching like windows like there's no tomorrow. So API admin posts approve. Let's see. API admin posts approve. And I assume we're going to need some data in this request as well. We've got post ID. Okay, so, oops. Let's do post ID 1, like this. Let's add content type because we're using JSON. Application JSON. Cannot post. Admin posts approve. Huh. What about delete? Can't do that either. Maybe I've got the endpoint wrong. And my token isn't here either. I wonder if we have access to the admin account. Let's see whether we can actually do that. Admin 123. Oh, we do, okay. So on these labs, if you, some of them are designed to be like a pen test where you get given the admin account. And if the admin accounts are always admin 123. So here we have an admin panel with no flagged posts. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you can flag posts. Okay. Like this. And then you come in. I remember this now. So like this enter the grimoire one, we can delete this. And then this one we can mark as okay. So I think what we want to do is see whether we can do that as a regular user. So let's send that to repeater. And it's a delete. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, and look, so I was trying to like piece this together and I know my brain's not working. I did API admin posts / delete, but it's posts /1 approve. And then delete as the HTTP verb, and then API admin post /6. So let's try and find. Let me log back in as Jeremy. Jeremy password. Let's grab his token. And then copy this. And then we also need to flag some stuff. So there's actually some stuff in there. Like this. And then we come back to replay. Hopefully this works. And then let's see whether we can approve this post. No, we can't do that. We get admin access required. Let's see whether we can delete a post. I think we actually need to change the ID though. Post not found. Okay. It's good that it didn't say admin access required. Maybe the order of checks. There we go. Post deleted. So users can delete posts. There we go. And it gives us the flag. And we'll submit that correct flag. All right, Sokudo, let's see. Oh no, I can't start. Let me terminate this lab first. And then start this one. And let's see. Oh, 432nd subscriber. Face blue smiling, all good. What's up, Leomar? I'm a CS freshman. Yeah, nice. Good luck. I assume you mean computer science rather than cybersecurity. Whenever I see CS, I'm always like, cybersecurity, but it's the common acronym for computer science, right? No, don't worry about it. Just enjoy your time. The best thing you can do is just be curious and have fun. Like, find something that interests you and study it, and then you're all good. Don't worry about it. Let's see. This is also one of the ones I liked building. So let's do Jeremy at jeremy.com. Password. And it's like a speed typing challenge. Don't judge me because I'm on a keyboard. The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so AB. There we go, I solved it. 83. I mean, that's not so bad, is it? I think on my normal keyboard, I'm like 95 or like somewhere around 100, including punctuation, but on the laptop keyboard, I'm a little slower. All right. Let's see if we can find a bug in this application. I think if you're on BugForge, by the way, and you see this one, it's really easy to cheat in the game, and a lot of people fall into this rabbit hole because it's like a client-side game. The results aren't checked server-side, so you can just like here you have the submission, and you can just change the time elapsed to like 1 second, and then send this, and then it's like, boom, your words per minute is 708. And now if I come back to my stats, 708 WPM, look at that. I'm now the master of super fast typing. I don't know what the world record is, but WPM world record typing. 370, that's pretty good. So beating the world record, but this is like a rabbit hole because it's like just the client side game. It's not no flags to be found there. There's not too much here. We just have the practice and the stats endpoints. So let's take a look at this. There's no post apart from the sessions. So I think this is the way. Just because I remember doing this before. So when you're working with APIs, a lot of the time, especially if they're REST APIs, the HTTP vert is like used to like get, post, put, delete, for example. So like use get to get information, post to create records, put to update records, and delete to remove them. So a lot of the time, even if like the front end application isn't doing stuff, so currently all we're doing is like posting our stats to the back end, we might be able to find endpoints like put endpoints, for example. And a good way to test this is get a stack of data that you know is probably related. And you don't even have to like keep it all. You could just be like, I just want like a couple of fields, for example, that I know exist, and make it valid JSON. And I want to say, okay, I actually want my WPM to be 1001. In fact, let's just send a single field. And then you can test to see whether this puts exists, and we get an interesting error. This comes up a lot if you do the thing that I just did, which is forget your content type. So let's do content type application JSON. So the server actually knows what we're sending it. Obviously, like if you're sending it XML, application XML, form data, whatever, but let's send this Yeah, and you can just basically change your stats by doing put API stats, and this is the challenge. So like hidden endpoints or hidden APIs is really, really important, especially if you see like V2. This is a common thing where like V1 is the legacy API and there's going to be, you know, it's not received any updates. It's probably vulnerable to something, but it's kept there because of like legacy reasons. So it's always worth testing. These are like common API testing tricks. And that's it. That's the Socador lab. All right. So we've got 2 cafe club ones to go. Do we want to do both of them? I think we did this one last week, so we'll skip this one. Let's just do the one from today. So this is today's lab, which should be fun. So if you signed up to, or if you joined the Discord and you've got your beta key, this will be today's lab that you're working on. I can't remember what I've put on tomorrow. Did I set tomorrow's lab yet? I think I've decided on it, but I don't think I've pushed it to the app. I can see a few people in the Discord. Hey, what's up? Thanks everyone for joining. The beta key is in the beta testing channel, so you can find it there, and then you're all good. Let's see. Copy this. Man, I wish I was a student again. Life was good when I was a student. So much free time, and you get to do loads of fun stuff. Not having any money is not the fun part, but it doesn't really matter because you just, you know, you're with lots of fun people. Not that I'm not with fun people these days, but being a student was fun. Let's see. Let's favorite some coffee. Come into here. Proceed to checkout. So the one last week is when you place an order, and then you come back in, and then you place another order. You see I've got 19 points. This is because like when you spend money, you get points. And I think last time you could check out and you could just like place as many points in as you wanted to. And then where am I? So Darktooth also found, even in the fixed version of the lab, you could put in negative points. In fact, let's try it and see whether it still works. So continue to placement, to payment. Let's whack on intercept. I fixed it in the base lab, but I don't think I fixed it in this one. He basically found this where, let's put like minus 100,000 points, forward that, drop the queue, and then refresh here. And you can see that I've now got like 100,000 points to play with. So yeah, passing negative points past the check, which usually like we want to check for negative, positive, passing strings, scientific numbers, things like this. When the endpoint is expecting a number, try loads of other things that aren't a number, decimals and stuff like that. Addition, try 1,000 plus 1, see what happens. Try template ejection, see what happens. But yeah, this is a cool find because that's a legitimate bug that was unintended by me when I was building the application. So I need to make an achievement for that, and I will do at some point. Now this is quite sus. We've got like 1,000 calls to /API/product/image, and the parameter here, or the query string, sorry, is /images/travel Tumblr. So maybe we just have file inclusion here. So if we send this and it comes back. Ooh, good question from John. Don't know if I should just do my master's in cybersecurity next year. Yeah, this is a tricky one because like, I think in some cases it'd be really useful, but you can also look at it as the opportunity cost, because let's say it takes you like 1 or 2 years and costs quite a lot of money. What else could you do with those years and that money as well? So I think that's like the question. I think overall it's probably a good thing to do, but you got to think, like, is the opportunity cost there? Because I think cybersecurity was also moving quite quickly as well, and yeah, I don't know. I think if I could do one, I mean, I already have a master's degree, but if I could do like a higher level education thing where I could do it part-time and as part of my work, I would definitely do it. Because I know a lot of people do master's degrees over like a few years, and then they like tie it into their day job, and I don't know, like somehow it happens like that. Or like an MBA for people who are working full-time. This is quite common, and I think this is probably a good option as well, something to think about. But yeah, it all comes down to opportunity cost. What's up, Void Packets? Is Bug4 owned by me? Yeah, it's owned and built by yours truly. It's my side project and has been for quite a long time. But I finally pushed it to production, and we finally got people testing it. So, you know, and it's still in beta, but the plan is to have like a really solid production app for January 2026. And that's why I've got people coming on, and I'm kind of like inviting people to come in and test it, because, you know, there'll be stuff that's broken, and I'm not sure 100% what the end game looks like yet. But basically the idea is that you log in, and every day there's a new web app with a vulnerability. And the idea is that the daily labs are quite easy, but they're there so that you kind of like build consistency and build repetition, and that you build your confidence testing against a full application stack. Because it's really easy. Like if you have a page and it has one input form and you know it's vulnerable to SQL injection, it's really easy to find that SQL injection. But if you have an application that has a bunch of different endpoints, and it could be a number of different vulnerabilities, it's going to like build your troubleshooting and your like your recon skills and things like that. And then my plan is to put in a weekly lab, and the weekly lab will be harder. So for people who are like either have more time, or like they're working as pen testers, but they want like something that's a little bit deeper, maybe based on some recent research or something, some interesting bug or chained issues. But the daily labs are just there to like really build confidence against full stack applications. Because like we've all seen like the CTF where it's like a single PHP page and it's like the same vulnerability, or it's like a null byte injection, and it's like, I haven't seen null byte in a decade. Like nobody's running Apache from like 1998 that's vulnerable to null byte. So yeah, the idea is just to make like realistic web app pen testing labs, and if you come in and enjoy them, then you enjoy them, and that's the idea, to help people just build their confidence, and hopefully, like, ideally it's accessible to everyone. That's the idea. Because I think like even like devs and QA engineers and everybody else should be able to do basic web app pen testing, like testing for IDOR and injection attacks. Like it's not that difficult. And so hopefully people who aren't just pen testers can also build some skills. Let's check for file inclusion. So let's just go for, actually let's go for etc pastwd and see if we can find this. File not found, .. Don't know how many subdirectories there are. Ooh, flag is somewhere else. Okay. Yeah, I threw in this check. I was like, I don't want people like stealing all of my lab source code straight away. But it's going to happen at some point when I create some like command injection labs and things like this. But there's some basic stuff. Let's do flag.txt. File not found. Let's do in the current directory. Probably not. Let's go directory down. Yeah, there it is. found the flag. So this is just local file inclusion. But like stuff like this, I feel like everybody should know how to be able to do this if you're working in, you know, if you're a dev or if you're working as a bug bounty hunter, file inclusion, all good times. All right, I think that's it for this stream. Let's see, I'm so excited about this year. Oh, that's cool. That's good to hear. Yeah, you're welcome. I appreciate the kind words. Trying to do as much as I can to like give back to the community. So yeah, this is going to be a fun project, I think. And I'd love to hear all of your feedback and ideas. So, and really kind of like shape where it's going, because yeah, this is it. Curiosity question: from your backend / provisioning system, could lab have multiple containers? Yes. So currently it spins up a single Docker image, and what I've done is the current labs within that Docker container, it spins up React front ends, Node.js backend, and I'm mostly using SQLite just because it's really easy to build into Node.js and then just have like a simple DB. It's perfect for CTFs. But in the future, probably on the weekly labs where things will be more complicated, I'll probably build a set of microservices, and either it'll spin up multiple containers and then they'll talk to each other, or you know, I'll spin up like MySQL or like Postgres as the backend DB to do like more advanced SQL injection labs, because I understand that like you can only really go so far with like SQLite, for example. If you want to learn like really deep SQL injection, you need to be using like the common DBs like MySQL, Postgres, maybe Oracle. Oracle's not that common, and it's kind of rubbish, but you know, it's good to cover it. So could it have multiple public domains? Yeah, so I've put a wildcard set on the subdomain labs, like star.labs.bugforge.io. So it'd likely be that there'd always be a subdomain of that, if that makes sense. So I probably wouldn't add more top level domains, but it's possible. The backend's quite flexible, which at the moment it's going to be good for the long run. It's bad at the moment because I have a couple of issues with some labs not dying and then having to have like cleanup scripts. So I'm still debugging some stuff in the backend. But basically there's the user app, and then there's the controller that manages everything, all of the infrastructure. And then there's like a lab runner, and that's where the labs run. And then the controller talks to the lab runner. He's like, hey, spin up this lab, please, for me. And then it'll talk to someone else to get like the subdomain, and then it'll pass in the subdomain, and then it passes all that data back to the user. And then you just like click the lab button and everything is running. That's kind of how it works in a nutshell, is that everything's based around this controller. So that's it. But yeah, I think like for sure I could build multiple services that talk to each other, because actually all of the containers run on the same instance as well. So this lab could technically talk to one that you spin up as well, if you exposed the ports and configured it correctly. On AWS, they technically, you know, are on like the same subnet or whatever. So yeah, it's possible. All right, that's it for today. So if you did join the Discord, much appreciated. The beta key is in the channel beta testing, so put it in there. But if you find any bugs or have any issues or anything like that, don't hesitate to just speak out. I'm not precious, you know, just tell me something's broken, it's all good. Or if something works in a weird way, just let me know. I might not fix it right away, but it's definitely good to know. And I know the UI is a little janky at the moment. Like I want to clean up some of this and the way things are done. And like the hints, for example, will only be visible after first blood at some point. And then I also want to do rolling starts as well. So at the moment, the lab resets on UTC. I want to do it like week by week. It'll be like 0 UTC, 6 a.m. UTC, midday UTC, 6 p.m. UTC. So it gives everybody around the world a chance to get first blood, or like more of a chance, so you don't have to get up at stupid o'clock if you're in a weird time zone. or a normal time zone or whatever. All right. Take it easy, everybody, and I will catch you next time. Yeah, if I have questions on backend stuff, I'll definitely hit you up. Support is always appreciated.